It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And all eyes are on Jameson Williams. There's been no shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Cardinals and the Hawks, and it comes your way next.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In motion, the tight end. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Play action. Now Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, isn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he slings one that's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Murray. That is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. Now it's Murray. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Murray going to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's Bryce Baringer now. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Here's Wilson. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is caught by Evans. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Here's Wilson to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Cody Barton there to bring him down. Now 2nd and 9. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now it's Wilson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Cardinals offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And as we move deeper into the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a weekly basis. As you see here, he's the NFL's leader in receptions to this point of the year. They'll start by running the option to the right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Murray. There's a short one caught by Ryman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Pass to the right side. He's got Ryman. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down. Up the middle, Jones. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort from the 31. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Got his man. It's Williams. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Well, he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Wilson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Wilson. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. This offense so far on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw again is Wilson. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Wilson. And Lazard's got it again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now Wilson. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Murray now. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Murray now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And out now come the Seahawks.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
He completes it to Evans. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From midfield now, here's Wilson.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Wilson will throw again. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. In motion left is Hopkins. From the gun, Murray. He finds Hopkins complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw is Murray. Caught on the right side by Jones. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
In motion, right goes Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
So we pause for an injured player, and now what you want to see, Juju Smith-Schuster. He's in some pain out there.
Murray going to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's Murray. He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Running right, Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Now Murray. Rolling to his right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on about his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Seahawks offense and Russell Wilson headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
They go play action now. Wilson.
Looking for Knox on the crossing route. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Kamara up the middle. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And that is incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson.
He'll find Metcalf.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kumin up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Finding Knox there, complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Santos' kick is up and through, and that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw, it's Murray.
That pass caught, it's Williams.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Finding Williams once more, complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An inside give to Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
3rd and 2.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On the return is Williams. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
In motion right is Hopkins. Murray now to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Jamison Williams,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
To throw is Wilson.
A short one there, caught by Granson.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And that'll be incomplete.
The one thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield trying to see that open grass. Ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
A quick throw there is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Wilson. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Wilson. Shakes up. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down. To throw is Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cards have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points, Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
3rd and 3.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara.
Defensively, Puna forward with a tackle there.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Wilson. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. On 3rd and goal, Wilson.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand.
The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. They go play action now. Wilson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Back to throw. Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 58 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now Murray.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
trying the left side with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Safety Reed Blankenship. He got in there and stopped him for a loss on the play.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Williams to return. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Jameson Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Murray.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Micah Parsons
able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now it's Wilson. And a catch right side by Evans. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
That's another Seahawks. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Wilson to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing now is Wilson. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now Wilson. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kylen Granson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a fourth-quarter lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 23-20. Less than 90 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. And his throw is incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Murray to throw. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Pass on the out route caught by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Now Murray. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. To throw is Murray. That pass caught. It's Williams. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. Here's 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
Wilson. It's complete. Kamara. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Here's 1st down. To throw is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Here's Wilson to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra set. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Cardinals set to receive it. They'll look for a winning drive as we get this overtime period started. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
Here's Murray from midfield.
On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. The give is to Jones. A little juke.
To the 36-yard line, stop there. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Here's Murray.
There's a short one caught by Ryman.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Open to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. To throw is Murray.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Murray now to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. They fake the handoff, now Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
3rd and 5.
Here's Murray. Steps away to his left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep.
He's into the secondary.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.